Do you struggle with managing your money? Are you constantly worried about not having enough by the end of the month? These are questions that resonate with many of us. It's a common struggle, juggling bills, dealing with unexpected expenses, and trying to save for the future. The impact of these financial challenges can be significant, affecting not only our wallets but also our overall quality of life. Yet handling our finances doesn't have to be a complex puzzle. In fact, mastering money management can be boiled down to 3 essential steps. These steps are not about quick fixes or magical solutions. They are about creating a framework within which we can make informed decisions and take control of our financial destiny. If you answered yes to those questions, don't worry. We've got 3 simple steps that can help you better manage your finances. So, stay tuned as we delve into the world of money management. The first step to better money management is budgeting. But what does budgeting actually entail? Well, it's essentially a financial roadmap, guiding you where to allocate your hard-earned money. Think of it as a conscious decision-making tool that helps you prioritize your spending and saving. To create a budget, we start with categorizing our expenses. Some common categories might include housing, groceries, transportation, healthcare, entertainment, and savings. Now, these categories are not set in stone. They can be tailored to suit your unique financial situation and lifestyle. For instance, if you're an avid traveler, you might have a separate category for travel expenses. After categorizing, it's time to allocate funds to each category. This is where the real magic of budgeting happens. You see, by assigning a specific amount of money to each category, you're creating boundaries for your spending. These boundaries aren't there to limit your fun or freedom, but rather to help you gain control over your money. It's all about making sure that your money is being spent where it matters most. Now, sticking to a budget might sound like a daunting task. But remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. You might go over your budget one month, and that's okay. What's important is that you review, adjust, and continue to strive towards your financial goals. And finally, let's talk about the benefits of budgeting. A well-planned budget can help you avoid overspending, reduce financial stress, and pave the way for future financial stability and success. It gives you the freedom to spend without guilt or worry because you know that you've allocated funds for all your needs and wants. So let's start budgeting. It's time to take control of your financial life and start making conscious, informed decisions about your money. Remember, a budget is not a restriction on your spending. It's a plan that ensures you have enough for the things that truly matter. Scene script. Once you've got your budget, the next step is to keep track of your income and expenses. Now, this isn't just about knowing how much you're making and how much you're spending. It's about understanding where every cent of your money is going. Picture this, you're on a journey, and your budget is your map. But what good is a map if you don't keep track of where you are? So how do you do this? Well, there are a few ways. For some, old-fashioned pen and paper do the trick. They keep a money diary, jotting down all their income and expenses as they go. This can be a great method, especially if you're a visual person. You can see all your financial ins and outs laid out before you, which can be quite enlightening. However, if you're more tech-savvy or if pen and paper just aren't your style, there's a wealth of financial tracking apps out there. These apps can connect to your bank accounts, credit cards, and even investment portfolios. They automatically track your income and expenses, categorize them, and provide insights into your spending habits. This can be a real time saver and provide a level of detail that's hard to achieve with manual tracking. Now, whichever method you choose, what matters is that you're consistent. Regularly monitor your income and expenses. Make it a habit. Maybe you do it every day, maybe once a week or once a month. Find what works for you and stick to it. Why is this so important? Well, by tracking your income and expenses, you can identify patterns in your spending. Maybe you're spending more on dining out than you thought. Maybe your utility bills are higher than they should be. Or maybe you're not putting as much into savings as you could. By identifying these patterns, you can make changes. You can cut back on unnecessary expenses or find ways to increase your income. You can adjust your budget as needed to ensure it's realistic and achievable. And perhaps most importantly, you can see if you're living within your means. This step is also crucial in maximizing your savings. By keeping a close eye on your income and expenses, you can see where you can save more. Maybe you can cut back on that daily latte, or maybe you can negotiate a lower rate on your car insurance. Small changes can add up over time, and before you know it, you've got a nice little nest egg. Remember, knowledge is power. The more you know about your money, the better decisions you can make. And the better your decisions, the closer you are to achieving your financial goals. By keeping a close eye on your income and expenses, you can make informed decisions about your money and avoid financial stress. The final step to better money management is building an emergency fund. So what is this emergency fund we're talking about? Well, it's essentially a stash of money set aside to cover the financial surprises life throws your way. These unexpected events can be stressful, and even more so when they hit your wallet. An emergency fund is a safety net that keeps you afloat during these tough times. Why is it crucial for financial stability, you ask? Imagine your car breaks down and you need to pay for repairs, or you lose your job suddenly. These are situations that are out of your control, and without an emergency fund, you might have to resort to loans or credit cards, which can lead to a spiral of debt. An emergency fund gives you the peace of mind knowing that you can handle these situations without going into debt. Now, let's get to the meat of the matter. How much should be saved in this fund? Most financial experts recommend having enough money in your emergency fund to cover 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses. Yes, it sounds like a lot, but remember, this is not something you need to do overnight. So, how do you gradually build up this fund? Start by setting a monthly saving goal. This could be as small as $20 or as much as $500, depending on your income and expenses. The important thing is to start, no matter how small. Make saving for your emergency fund a part of your budget. Consider it a recurring expense, just like your rent or grocery bill. To make things easier, automate your savings. Set up an automatic transfer to your emergency fund every time you get paid. This way you're saving without even thinking about it. Also, consider keeping your emergency fund in a separate account, so you're not tempted to dip into it for non-emergencies. Every once in a while, review your fund. If you have a big life change like a new baby, a new home, or a change in job status, it's a good idea to reassess your emergency fund. Remember, building an emergency fund is not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's okay to start small and build up slowly. And don't get discouraged if you need to use the fund, that's what it's there for. Just make sure to replenish it as soon as you can. An emergency fund acts as a financial safety net. It ensures that even in the face of unexpected expenses, you won't be thrown off your financial track. So, take that first step today and start paving your way to financial stability and peace of mind. So, those are the 3 steps to better money management. Let's take a moment to recap. Step 1 is all about budgeting. Having a well-thought-out budget is the foundation of financial health. It's your roadmap to where your money goes and how it works for you. Next, we discuss the importance of tracking income and expenses. This isn't just about knowing how much you make and spend, it's about understanding your financial habits and making necessary adjustments to reach your goals. And finally, we delved into the importance of building an emergency fund. This is your financial safety net. It gives you peace of mind knowing you're prepared for unexpected expenses. These 3 steps, budgeting, tracking your income and expenses, and building an emergency fund, are fundamental to taking control of your finances. And the beauty is, you don't need to be a financial guru to start. Start taking control of your finances today. Remember, it's not about having a lot of money, but about managing what you have effectively.